He's moving himself around. When you have a great player who gets that kind of attention as a screener, he can cause major problems. We see LeBron James doing it a lot at the other end off the ball. And look, you got to keep the ball moving. You got to play random against the Lakers. They're too great a defensive team to run plays against.
Anthony Davis, too, such a pick your poison player to try to defend. What's the approach for your team through this game?
Well, play straight up as much as we can. We'll be ready to double team if we need to. I mean, he's a great player. They got 2 MVP candidates on their team, so it's a big job. But you know, we'll be ready.
Thanks so much, Rick. Back to you, Mike.
Thank you.
All right, Rick Carlisle. That was 13th year as head coach of the Mavericks, 19th as the head coach in the NBA. James Johnson, now he's in for Dallas. Had that nice steal. LeBron James down the other end to force the turnover. That time James left open, can't hit the three. Jim Harlow Jr. draws the contact. He was their 3rd leading scorer last year behind Doncic and Kristaps Porzingis. They'll need him again to provide, especially until Porzingis comes back. I mentioned about Rick Carlisle talking earlier with the sad news heard this morning about the death of Casey Jones, who passed away this morning at age 88. Carlisle played for him for a few years in Boston when he was with the Celtics. In fact, he was on that 86 championship team. You talk about a remarkable basketball life. Casey Jones was a champion in every sense of the word. 2 NCAA titles at San Francisco with Bill Russell, 8 titles as a player with the Celtics, 2 more as their head coach, another 2 more as their assistant, 12 NBA rings, an Olympic gold medal. Carlisle said he called him, he's a beautiful man who knew the balance between structure for a team and giving the players freedom to play.
Thoughts and prayers to the family, friends, and fans. A great man who impacts so many. Truly will be missed.
That's been a tough stretch for the Celtics. They lost the great Tommy Heinsohn in the offseason just a short time ago. He was, of course, not only a great player and coach for them, but their beloved broadcaster. Talk about 2 Hall of Famers. All in the hearts of the Celtics family.
You can't tell the story of the Boston Celtics without talking about those 2 guys.
Nice feed inside. James goes to Montrezl Harrell. You guys surprised that Harrell went from the Clippers to the Lakers?
I was surprised he went so cheap. I mean, he's a guy that, you look at the deals being made around this league, he's a legitimate starting center who impacts games with his energy and his effort. So I was shocked at that.
2 years, $19 million.
That's a heck of a deal to me, Coach.
Yep.
His ability to set screens and dive, he has one of the best hands in the business. Catches and finishes in traffic.
And I think there was a lot of overreaction to what happened in the bubble on many levels with many teams and many individual players. I think Montrezl Harrell unfortunately had a very down bubble experience, and I think it lowered his value to the Clippers, and thus he made the jump to the Lakers.
He missed part of the bubble and went home after the death of his grandmother that he was so close with. And when he came back, he just never got in any kind of flow and did not play well.
And his defense, he's a size challenge center, so there are some tough matchups individually. But as we saw in the last play, the ability to roll, catch, and finish for someone like LeBron James, he'll be a tremendous asset.
James tries another 3 and nails that one, his second 3-pointer. 10.6 assists to James. Lakers now up by 7. Jim Harley gets an excellent look.
That's great offense right there.
Hardaway was 7th in the NBA last season in 3-pointers made. Harrell, we're going to post up. Willie Cauley-Stein goes right at him. Offensive foul. Cauley-Stein stays in front and draws the charge.
I just love this spontaneous action, the pin down, and then the pitch back by Johnson to Hardaway with the screen by Johnson. And then Harrell called for a push-off as he drove right.
Brunson bumped and fouled by Alex Caruso. Caruso just checking into the game, coming off his terrific season last year. Went from being a guy his first 2 years to play more G League than the NBA, and now he is a mainstay in the rotation. In fact, he started in the clinching game 6 of the finals.
And played extremely well, especially on the defensive end, taking the challenge. He was a key part of it, and the Laker fans absolutely love and adore Caruso.
Meanwhile, Brunson falls for that foul. Also in the game, Taylor Morton Tucker, the 20-year-old second-year man out of Iowa State, who absolutely shined in the preseason, and he looks like he's going to be a part of the rotation. Caruso taking it out. There's Morton Tucker right there. This young man had some really good games. And that one game in the preseason, 33 points, 10 rebounds. I know it's preseason, but he looked terrific.
And to me, he's the type of guy, the more he plays, the more he's going to play. And what I mean by that is you're going to realize the impact he has when he gets an opportunity.
Meanwhile, Brunson, nice move to the bucket. Brunson makes it a 2-point game. Almost 4 minutes gone by here in the second. Markieff Morris spotting up for three. Fifth three-pointer of the half for the Lakers. Both teams are shooting 56% from the field. Jim Hardaway off the dribble. Morris the rebound. Caruso wide open. That's another three. Rick Carlisle out on the court as that ball was up in the air, calling a quick timeout as the Lakers quickly go back up by 8.
Doing a great job of pushing the basketball with pace. As the defense collapses, you find wide open shooters because guys running the floor. Caruso steps the rhythm off the dime from LeBron and then returning the favor. Ball movement, man movement, Morris knocked down another.